All right, this is a much needed take. I am always known for saying that we need to focus on local politics. Local politics. Stop fixating and worrying about just the primaries on who's running for president and vice president. The job gets done in your local politics. Those are the people that represent the constituents, you. Those are the people that you vote for in the area that you live in. And why it's so important is because what I'm going to show you today, how you can catch a candidate that is deceitful, lies, and downright is unethical, damn near democratic in behavior, and why you have to pay attention and point this stuff out and make sure that you do research on these candidates. So what I'm going to show you is some of the egregious, unprofessional, no moral compass, unethical behaviors that I've ever seen from a political candidate running for the GOP. Right now in my district, Florida 13, there is only one candidate that has been endorsed by Trump, and that is Anna Paulina Luna. But we have a candidate that came out of nowhere, right, that's known to the area, lives in the area, lying and being deceitful, using Trump's name without permission, leveraging it by putting it on campaign signs all over town, and using Trump's name in ads to pose and garner votes from this local area to have people thinking that he supports Trump. But the clips that I'm going to show you today is an interview of him being called out on old posts, Facebook posts to be exact, where the interviewer is asking him about the post, and he stumbles and he chokes on the chicken. And I'm being nice when I say the chicken. I'll let you guys use your imagination. But he gets caught up and he can't answer the question. He does what a typical fashion politician would do, is try to evade the question. Now, before I go into it, I have to let you guys know, it is my duty, obligation, and responsibility to tell the truth and get the truth out there, especially at a time right now in America where we are in dire need of real leadership. When you catch things like this, when you see egregious lies and just misleading people, I am obligated to point it out and tell people the truth. So I've done videos on this before. If you see where the pointer is right here, where I'm pointing at, I've done videos on them. Please go check it out. It's important. But I'm going to go right into it. I'm going to make sure I put the link in the description so you can see the full interview. I can only take bits and pieces of it and give you my opinion and commentary. I don't want to get a copyright from YouTube. So let's go right on into it. This is Kevin Hayslett. He's the joke. He's the RINO that claims that he supports Trump and that the reason why he's used Trump's name when he's got called out on it by so many people is because back in the day, people referred to themselves as Lincoln Republicans and Frederick Douglass Republicans and things like that, Reagan Republicans. And he may have a point there, but this is going to show you that not only does he lie, but he gets called out on it, and then he dances around the question. And he does not like the fact that the reporter asked him the question in the interview. He is a lie. He's misleading people. And he's, like I said earlier, he's trying to garner votes by confusing people and making them think that somehow he supports Trump when we have records and facts showing that he didn't even support Trump whatsoever. He is just to me, he reminds me of a Liz Cheney. The things that he said in the Facebook post, and you can look it up. There's plenty of articles. I'll be sure to put that in the link as well. He might as well be on the J6 committee, the way he's bashing Trump in the post that he's getting ready to ask him. You don't believe me? I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to let him play it.
Doing a web search this morning on the race, I came across the Facebook post, reportedly you from October of 2016, criticizing former President Trump, saying he's not an appropriate role model for youth and describing the race between Clinton and Trump as the lesser of two evils. Is that an authentic post? Have you seen that, or is that something that was doctored?
I haven't seen it, but I think it goes back to what we talked about, which is what are we trying to look at? And I think the issue is, what are the policies?
You have the post in front of you. Is this an authentic post, or is it something fake that's just making the rounds in the race, in which you describe Clinton and Trump as the lesser of two evils and state that Trump is not an appropriate role model for our youth?
Well, here's what I think. A, I haven't looked at it, and B, if
we
look
at it.
Well, I'm looking at it right now. Yeah. The answer is that I can't see what was written 7 years ago. Yeah. I don't know what was written then and what was written now.
I call bullshit. You don't know what was written now, written then. He knows that's his post. It's been floating around. People have been talking about it in the area. He is a lie. I know he is a lie. And I've spoke about this in several other posts. His intentions are bad. He does not represent the American people. To be honest with you, because I know his intentions and the things that he's done locally here, he doesn't represent our values. He doesn't represent Trump's policy. He doesn't even support Trump. The guy asked him a straight up question, and he act like he didn't have a clue what that Facebook post was, when he clearly knows what it was. It's ridiculous, man.
What I can tell you is where we're sitting right now, which is we're in a position where this country is going the wrong direction.
Now, this next thing here that he's getting ready to talk about, this is him attacking Anna Luna. And the reporter asks him and says, hey, you know, you've been attacking your political opponent, Anna Paulina Luna, on her stance on the Obama's immigration policies, right? But you didn't give enough context. You cut the video out, and he asked him about it. So I'm going to play that clip, and then I'm going to play you Anna Luna's rebuttal to his nonsense.
On the issue of immigration, you're attacking one of your opponents, specifically Anna Paulina Luna.
Correct.
For remarks that she made in the past, in which she stated, I always agreed with President Obama's immigration policies. But it cuts off. We don't have the rest of the context. Keep in mind that former President Obama, in terms of numbers, did increase deportations, was known by a number of immigration activists as the deporter-in-chief. How do we know that's not the context of her remarks?
Well, here's the issue. At the time those remarks were made, she was a candidate, so she was running for Congress. When she made those remarks, and people can take a look at her remarks in full, here's my position. I've never been supportive of any Obama's policies on immigration.
A key point of your plan.
All right, I'm going to pause it there. Let me play you the rebuttal from Anna Luna.
Anna Paulina Luna here. I'm on my way back from doing a ride-along with some law enforcement officers in North County, but I wanted to address some things. You guys have been given false information and spin smears against me because I'm the Trump-endorsed candidate, and this has been done by a losing candidate. The same losing candidate that is also claiming to be the Trump Republican, which is false. I'm the only Trump-endorsed Republican for Florida's 13th Congressional District. I've been down to the border 3 times. I'm absolutely for border security, and I'm against all amnesty. Kevin is lying to you just like he lied to you about the fact that he supports law enforcement. Over the last 10 years, Kevin built his wealth and his entire career off of choosing to represent drug dealers, cop beaters, and murderers here in Pinellas County. Don't believe me? Check out the AVO review below. 5 stars for being a great liar, just like he's lying about me. Kevin, why don't you tell the people of Pinellas why President Trump chose not to endorse you? We know. Are you going to share with them?
And she hit it on the nail. Yeah, Kevin, why don't you tell your constituents why Trump didn't endorse you? Why don't you tell your constituents that sad excuse of, oh, I'm a Reagan Republican, I'm a Trump Republican? Why don't you tell them that you didn't even support Trump, that you bashed him so bad on Facebook posts that you never thought that would resurface, that you might as well be with Liz Cheney on the J6 committee on how hard you're bashing Trump, but yet here you are leveraging his name without his permission, trying to garner people's vote so that you can get into office. Do you really represent the American values? Do you really represent Trump's policies? Because it's clear that you're a liar. You do not hold the values that I hold of simply just telling the truth. Instead, you try to evade the question because you knew that they had you in the corner and that you couldn't come up with a lie or a big enough excuse on why you made those type of statements. Why don't you tell your constituents the truth, Mr. Kevin? And ending with this video, there's only one endorsed candidate by Trump, and that is Anna Paulina Luna, and she's got my vote. With that being said, thank you for supporting the channel. I know this was a quick one. I'll put all the links in there so you can watch the full video. It's your boy, Craig Long 45. Be sure to subscribe. If you want to put a middle finger to the algorithm, make sure you like, comment, and share because you could save somebody's life. As you know, we got a country to save. It's your boy, Craig Long 45. I'm out. Peace.
Yeah, oi.